We have the Harry Potter Skirmishes by Internet Historian.
Hey guys, Internet Historian 66420 Productions here. Before I give you another mediocre video, here's an ad for Heroes of the Spire. Play it on your phone, borrow your friend's phone, then play it on the toilet. It's an action RPG PvP OMG. Wow, hey, are you playing Heroes of the Spire? Excuse me? That's a yes. Build a team. 400 is too many. Excuse me, sir.
I love
Can you
it.
please turn off your electronic... No, I'm playing Heroes of the Spire. Oh, sorry, sir, my mistake. It got a 4.5 out of 5 on Google. How bad can it be? You can play as this guy. Oops, I should have blurred out his
Oh,
nipples.
no.
To see the uncensored version, you'll have to download the game. EA was not involved at all. It even has a Reddit. Don't worry about that. Download Lines by My Legs to get 50,000 gold, 50 gems. Thanks, Konami.
Amazing. I like it. His ad reads, he really could do a masterclass in just doing ad reads, and I absolutely love it. They always bring up my mood.
Hi there. It's me, J.K. Rowling.
Oh no.
You know me from the series that inspired the Harry Potter erotica. And the ghostwriter for Tyler Oakley's autobiography. But I have another tale to weave for you today, and it's about spoilers.
Uh-huh.
Flashback.
Oh wait a minute. Is this about the I vaguely remember this because let's put it this way. Kip as a child, Kip was very into Harry Potter. Not citing anything recently. Let's just say Child Kip, right? Child Kip was very into Harry Potter, and I still actually own Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows collectors. It's like signed editions. You know, I still have them somewhere in a box because moving a couple times. And like I vaguely remember something about someone being like Snape kills Dumbledore. Which, okay, let's be real. It's been like 10 plus years. Come on, man. Like, it's not spoilers anymore. Let's be real. And like, didn't somebody get punched or something like that? I feel like this is what this is about.
2005. My 6th book is coming out soon. The kids are excited. The parents are misguided. And the hype is building. But the popularity of the series also had some unintended effects. It gave rise to 4 nefarious groups. Houses, if you will. The first, the bootleggers, making and selling knockoff merch,
Oh, man.
as well as knockoff books.
Oh, no.
The second, the gamblers.
I vaguely remember
Thousands
this.
of individuals betting hundreds of thousands of dollars on the outcome of the story. Who would die next? Who would Harry hook up with?
Well,
And the third group,
wasn't that an actual Broadway production with Daniel Radcliffe? I mean, like, good on the man. Like, he seems like he's just out there living his best life. I mean, like, the confidence to go out on Broadway just with absolutely nothing on is stellar.
thieves. One of them stole an early copy of the book and tried to sell it to the Sun newspaper for £50,000.
Wow.
This was getting serious. So the publishers started ramping up security. They put GPS trackers on all the pallets. Guards were stationed 24 hours a day.
So here's the thing about this, though. We look at this and we're like, oh, well, this is egregious, right? Oh, this, doesn't, well, oh, this is over, reaction, right? I like to cite that. Remember when Tears of the Kingdom was coming out earlier this year, right? And, the distributor or someone in the pipeline, someone in there leaked Tears of the Kingdom early. I spent like so many months trying to even avoid the official Nintendo trailers. And it's like, oh, well, we're just going to leak the game early. And then the day before, I believe it was, there was already a full playthrough, full cutscenes up on YouTube. And Nintendo was doing nothing about it at that point in time. And I'm just sitting there scratching my head. And I'm just like, you can't avoid it. You really can't. It is so hard to go into something not spoiled with data mining, with consistent, distribution network issues, right? Distribution networks like this Nintendo example with Tears of the Kingdom, right? With people that are going to want to try to get a buck in, right? Let's go take a look at the Pokemon TCG, right? Pokemon TCG, how there was a thing within the past year of people taking stuff, or a person or some people taking cards off the line and actually affecting pack pull ratios because they were no longer in circulation and they were selling it third party, right? I mean, we laugh at this in modernity, but I mean, honestly, this is what it takes to stop people. This is what it takes to, try to keep things from actually getting out there before their street date.
No one outside of a very small group was allowed to get their hands on the book. But despite the extra efforts, there was a leak. Which brings us to that fourth group, the Spoy Boys.
Oh no.
They didn't care about money.
Oh no.
All they wanted was to ruin the fun.
Yeah.
You probably know these 3 magic words. Snape kills Dumbledore.
Okay, it is this, yeah.
The spoiler started on a few small forums and quickly spread everywhere. And then it went from online to RL.
Yep.
Teens were taking to their mom's minivans and
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It wasn't a book. It wasn't a... no, sorry. It was the Han Solo, Harrison Ford, Star Wars Episode 7, Han Solo dies, where somebody got punched. I think somebody also got punched here. But yeah, this was like... Weren't they waiting in line? I vaguely remember this because, I mean, yeah, I read like Paolini. I read Robert Jordan up through Crown of Swords, let's be real. I read Tolkien. You know, I read Rowling, right? I mean, like, this is very much the sphere that young Kip was in.
heading out to bookstores where queues to buy the Half-Blood Prince were stretched around the block.
Yeah?
Snape kills Dumbledore!
Get this. Yep, this is the one.
Hey! Snape kills Dumbledore.
Don't do this. Don't be this guy.
But that wasn't all. They started printing custom shirts, posters.
Awful.
Even car enthusiasts were getting in on the action. Spoilers, get it? But worst
Awful.
hit of all were the sacred Potter forums. People were making accounts there and posting spoilers in every thread. I couldn't bear to watch. But
No.
there was an even bigger event on the horizon. The final book in the series. And this would contain the greatest spoilers of all.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to 2007. It's getting worse. There's now a fifth...
Was it really 2007? No way. Was it really 2000? It's not even that I'm old. I'm like, this feels like this was just like 5 or so years ago to me. Like, my sense of time is shot.
Journalists who are rummaging through my trash looking for scraps of paper. We started taking it very seriously. More GPS trackers, more guards. We made fake endings.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
We even got the GCHQ involved to conduct surveillance on some of those first 3 groups. We did everything we possibly could for my precious book. And yet,
Mm-hmm.
the retailer deepdiscount.com sent the bloody thing out to customers a week early.
Yeah.
And the Spoy Boys were more prepared.
See, here's the thing about this. I mean, we can look back to this and we can still say that distributors are still doing stuff like this, right? We had distributors doing this with the book, right? And then we had, once again, citing Nintendo, literally this year, having Tears of the Kingdom leaked, like, what, a day or two early? It's unacceptable at a certain point. Like, at a certain point, you got to look at it and be like, look, man, every time I go in the fridge, right, you know, this specific spot of the fridge, all my meat spoils, like, within 2 days, just because, you know, maybe it's not pulling the heat properly, right, from it. So what do you do with it, right? Do you just keep having meat spoil, and eventually you're out hundreds of dollars of meat, veggies, whatever you want to put in that section of the corner? Do you not use the corner? Do you get a new fridge at that point, right? Maybe your fridge is from the 80s. Maybe your fridge is from the 50s, 60s with CFCs in it, right? I mean, at a certain point, you got to look at this and be like, look, man, like, if you're going to be a distributor, you got to be held accountable for this, right? Like, can you, like, so for example, like, I have my model out, right? And, you know, I would be very upset if my model rigger and artist, right, if they leaked my model early, you know, not that they would, but you can see where that would be, you know, a conflict of interest at the very least, right? It's like, it almost feels like there's no accountability in this distribution system, but at the same time, I guarantee you that distribution networks are underpaid and overworked, and, you know, that in itself can lead to other problems. So, I mean, while we can say in a vacuum that distribution networks are problematic, I can also tell you it's a lot more complicated than that, and that is one of those that, like, this will turn into a 3-hour discussion real quick. Let's put it that way.
And organized than ever. July 18th. They called it P-Day, because they're not that creative. Attacks on the shores of the United States.
Harry's a Horcrux!
Can they not?
Dobby dies, Tonks dies, Moody dies. Dies for Harry because Snape likes Harry's mom. Malfoy lives, actually.
He's dead. He is so dead right now.
Let's ruin some lives. Hey! Guys! Guys! Voldemort killed Harry!
You know, and this is like this is because we still see this on like YouTube and stuff today, right? We'll see drama tubers, we'll still see people that want to just report on drama. And honestly, that's their prerogative. I mean, these people have 500,000, several million followers, right? Subscribers, right? At the end of the day, I mean, if it's your prerogative to want to seek and distribute negativity, that is ultimately up to you. Just understand that every action does have an equal and opposite reaction. Everything has a consequence, good, bad, neutral, what have you. You know, it's something that I don't want to seek, and that's why I'm trying to move away from, commenting on drama and stuff.
Guys, everybody join the box.
Attacks in the streets of London.
Attention, children. Voldemort killed Snape.
Snape dies for Harry!
Fred Weasley died at 6:37.
Yeah.
And everywhere else.
She's
too.
telling me to get out.
World of Warcraft, Furcadia, more shirts, posters with bolder font, more cars, even a shitty cake.
Shitty cake.
A few people even made a massive banner and hung
I
it.
think the thing about this that actually makes me angry is that it probably
Even a shitty.
it looks like it would taste mid at best, right? Like, it looks like it would taste aggressively okay, and I think that's the biggest part here that just actually makes my head hurt.
Cake. A few people even made a massive banner and hung it over the motorway to ruin it for morning commuters. They were stopped by police, thankfully.
Yeah.
But the hardest hit of all, again, was the Sacred Potter Forums. 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, someone managed to get access to the site admin.
Oh no.
They wrote a message with every single spoiler.
Oh no.
Set recipients to all, and hit send. Everyone registered to the site.
Wow.
Thousands of the most dedicated fans
You've got mail.
received the email. The only thing they could do was temporarily close down the forum. And that brings us to why I'm telling you all this. Because there were always supposed to be 8 books in the series, and now you'll never get to read the final installment. Harry Potter and the unbelievable plot twists that change everything.
So about that, did we not technically get an 8th book, chat? Did we not get Cursed Child, which was the screenplay that retconned half of the Harry Potter universe, right? Did we? Was that not the book?
Because you couldn't keep your mouths shut. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's tea time at my private moon castle. Toodaloo.
Yeah, this sounds about right for her, yeah. Oh, no. According to her, it's canon, right? So didn't Rowling allegedly write herself into a corner with time turners, and the 5 Order of the Phoenix was to fix writing herself into a corner with time turners because they smashed all of them in the Department of Mysteries, right? So, we have a time turner that survived. Cool, there goes my sense of disbelief. Oh my gosh, it's wild. This is one of those that I'm not going to get into the author as a whole because the internet's already done that. And this was just about that this did happen. And there are still distribution networks to this day. In fact, Wardock was clarifying that in the Tears of the Kingdom instance, it was 2 people specifically hired by Amazon with the express intent of leaking the game. But that's the thing, is I worked for a games company, right? And I'm under an NDA. If I were to reveal what I worked on, right, I could be open up to, litigation, right? I mean, it's one of those things that it almost feels like it's for the people that want to behave and fall within the lines of expectation. It's meant to corral those in, but if you ultimately just don't give a shit at the end of the day, right? People are going to leak stuff like this all the time, and we still get distribution leaks. You should not ever have to worry about wanting to go into a story, right? Tears of the Kingdom, Deathly Hallows, right? Say for example, if we had a say Tolkien's son ended up finishing the new Shadow, right? And we're releasing the new Shadow, the sequel to Lord of the Rings. Not that would actually work in current continuity. I should, okay, well, it launches on, December 20th, right? December 18th, it's already over the internet. That should never be a thing. And in fact, there should be a lot more restrictions and regulations on that. But before this turns into a 3-hour conversation, yes. Now, I love this video. Internet Historian brought up a blast from the past. Absolutely awesome. Highly recommend that you go and watch it and support it more. 9.1 million is, for 5 years, that's really awesome. Let's get to 10 mil. Get a 10 mil, be great.